Hey, good morning, everyone. I want to say thank you for privately recommending Hook Agency. I'm talking this morning about how to increase private recommendations because, that's a little different than, let's say, recommending somebody online or publicly. And I think they're some of the most powerful types of word of mouth. So I'm going to kind of take private recommendations separately than other types of recommendations, including, social media and stuff like that. I think that when we're recommended privately to someone, there's a power and a weight to that. And I'm going to backwards engineer why certain people recommend us, and I'm going to give you the principle. And then I'm going to also give you why we recommend certain people, and I'm going to try to backwards engineer that for you so that you can increase private recommendations for your company. And feel free to comment and chat about it. I'm excited to chat with you guys this morning. All right, so I've got an industry leader, an influencer who recommends Hook. I'm not going to say name, but I think that the reason that he does it, I'm trying to backwards engineer it because I want more of them. I like it. We're reliable and we're nice to people that he sends over. And even if we don't work with that company, we get them where they need to go. And he knows that. Do you know what I mean? So he knows that even if we don't work with them, we'll help them get to a better company than us for that person. And we talk about it. And we also say, I think one of the things is we say when we get like, hey, thank you so much for that referral, that private recommendation. And then also we'll tell them if something closed or we're working with them. I think he believes that we do good work, so that's part of it. A set of two individuals who send us business. I think that the reason that they've sent us business, they're also very influential in the space. They're business owner, and a salesperson. We've expressed deep commitment to the industry, and community. You know what I mean? Like we've been at events with them. We've said, "Hey, we really care about this," and I'm saying roofing, but for you, it could be, a local community, a city. I see people involved with their local chamber of commerce or things like that. They're expressing commitment to this city. They care. And so for that reason, people will recommend them business. I think expressing a deep commitment to the industry or community that you both are in, that makes people want to privately recommend you. For people I recommend, I am gonna name a couple names here. We just started working with Top Rep. I know that they do good work because I like ask people randomly. Top Rep is sales training. I'm asking people randomly when I'm out and about, like I'm at a roofing company. I'm like, hey, what are you guys going to? What trainings are good? Or I'm in private conversations and I'm just like, why do you go to the events you go to? Because I'm trying to figure it out because I'm just trying to go to better events. I'm trying to go to ones that are actually adding a ton of value to people. And so I'm asking, why do you go to the events you go to? And they're like, real training, like nuts and bolts, real training, not the hype, that type of stuff. So Top Rep keeps coming up. And so we decided to work with them. They do good work. So people I ask go and get value, but also, and this is, I think, something you can duplicate in your business, tips online from people in the business. So Chuck Doki, for instance, always is adding value by giving specific nuts and bolts tips on his page and on his posts. So he's always actually like giving away, like he sells training, right? But he's giving away little nuggets from that training all the time. And so if I get value from that, I'm more likely to privately recommend him. So if you can take, the 100 things that you do well and that you would help a homeowner with, and then just pull out one or two at least of those a week and just share those. First of all, that homeowner is not necessarily going to be like, oh, okay, now I can just completely navigate this insurance claim and get a a crew to do my roof now. Like they're not going to go and do it all. They're not going to put all 100 of them together. And so you can give them one little nugget from your process every week or two a week or something like that. That's what I see Chuck Doki doing with the sales tips. And so that's why I, want to privately recommend him. So duplicate that. All right. What else is increasing private recommendations for people? This is just one-to-one conversations with people. I'm doing it on social media right now, but you're privately recommending people. So I guess the real question is why? Why do you privately recommend people? And trying to backwards engineer that, really look at it. Look at the 5-10 service providers that you privately recommend to homeowners, and then backwards engineer why you came to that decision and see if you can help duplicate that for other people to you. That's my suggestion. Another one, I privately recommend Michael Stearns. I guess he privately recommends us. We're friends. But also I'm about our processes, and I share online tips. And I feel like he also does, it's basically tips. You know what I mean? Those types of services where you see their work. Oh, I've also, I've had a lot of private conversations with him, and I've seen, hey, actually he does care about like what he's doing in the processes, and that it's good. So, when you know people, when you become familiar with them, I guess backwards engineering why I would privately recommend him. It's just knowing enough about his business processes to know that he's trying to do the right thing by his customers. And that's ultimately what we're really trying to get to with people, is we're trying to we try to understand them enough to try to get a good idea of whether the work is good, right? And how can you do that with more people? I think case studies. I was talking to my wife yesterday in the car ride. We work together, and we were talking about this company, KickCharge, which is a branding company. I think they're out of New Jersey too. I think Michael Stearns is over there, and they do a really good job with case studies online, right? They have the vehicle wrap. They're beautiful brands. They have a vehicle wrap, and then they have a percentage increase in the amount of business, like 320% increase in revenue for that business over the last 3 years after we rebranded and rewrapped their trucks or whatever. So that, just the really big number, and rhythmically, like they're always putting out case studies. So I don't know how to, I guess the way to kind of transfer that to roofing would be like actually putting out those before and afters regularly. And then also like little case studies, like I think of them as case studies, however you think of them, of like, we had this terrible leak and and other people couldn't fix it, but we had to backwards engineer and figure out why it was happening. And this is what we did to fix it. Or there was this difficult problem. Eric Richardson might be still on. I want to say, what's up, bro? San Diego roofing specialist of San Diego. He will do a live, and he'll talk about a specific problem on a roof, and then he'll give what they're doing to fix it. And that is, what's up, Diego, DanteRoofing.com. What's up? Let's see who else is on here. Say what's up if you're on here. I want to shout you out. He does lives. And he talks about specific problems and what he's doing to fix them, and why what he's doing is going to be better than the other roofer. And that gives you trust, right? Because that's transparency, and that's saying really specifically why what we're doing is better than other people. David Carroll, Dope Marketing. Good to see you, bro. There is Josh Cotner. How you doing, man? I'm forgetting your company. Drop it in the comments. Jordan Harrison, what's up? Presto Media. Eric Richardson says, I recommend Wolfgang Puck because he is the brand. He is the captain that can drive the ship, not just the name of the building. I like that. I don't know a ton about Wolfgang Puck. Is that food? Um, I'm going to even talk about some people I privately recommend that publicly don't like me. That's what we're going to talk about at the end of this. And why do I do that? Why do I privately recommend people that don't like me? I'm not going to name names. No one on here, by the way. I just think it's funny that I'm going to end with that. So one person, the reason that I privately recommend them, and I know that they don't like me and they talk smack even online sometimes, not, innuendo and stuff like that. But it's the commitment to online value to the audience. Because even though I know they don't like me and they've said things kind of negative, I know that they give real value to their audience. And they're lower priced than us, like significantly. And so I say, even though I don't like it, and I have to always give the caveat. I do give the caveat. I give the caveat like, I cannot stand behind the call. I cannot, but you need a lower price, and this is what it is. You know what I mean? And then there's another person whose work is good and that the examples are shown regularly, and even they're just lower price. And it seems like, to me, sometimes the super low price providers sometimes just get a little feisty on the internet. They think that that's what's required to get new business. I disagree. I don't think you have to slap other people around to try to get business. But I love that all y'all are popping on here. I appreciate you guys spending the time. I want to end on a positive note. So I'm just going to talk about this one more time. I think look at the people that recommend you often, privately. It's the best recommendation you can get. Facebook, fine. Yay. You might get 2 or 3 people out of it. Private recommenders, that's the best. Jordan Harrison says, I saw one of your clients' websites yesterday. It was so sexy. UI was great and the content. Thank you, sir. We have a lot of things in place. Diego, I can't spill the beans. All I'll say is just because they're feisty to me doesn't mean I won't recommend them sometimes. Just because, if you do good work, we can fight, but I'm still going to send you business. Sorry. Because if your work's good, that's what matters. And customer service. The only reason it would slow me down a little bit is because I'm scared that your customer service is a little feisty or something like that. That's the thing where it could slow me down. But yeah, even better than Facebook recommendations. Those private recommendations are so powerful. So look at who's recommending you currently. Make a list. Eric Richardson says loading the elephant gun. I don't even know what that means, bro. Spill the beans on what that means. Make a list of everyone that privately recommends you and write down the reasons why they recommend you. How can you do more of that? Because those are the most powerful recommendations. And then people you recommend often. And then backwards engineer, like write down all the reasons, the bullet points under each one of those people of why you recommend them. And then see if you can do more of that. That's what I'm up to. Trying to increase private recommendations. Because you know what that means? It's really quality of work. It's quality of work. Jordan Harrison says that he recommends us because, I don't know if he recommends us, but the point is he's saying it's a good looking website and that the content is good. We are really working on our processes internally. You got to have that. You got to have the armpit tattoo of your company. Kill the elephant in the room. We want to know. You guys, you got to have an open loop to keep the people in to keep the thing going. Ty Cobb backer, TC backer, construction. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Seeing you at One Industry this next week. Seeing a lot of people at One Industry this week. Eric Richardson. Seeing David Carroll is talking about how to hit your people more often with automation. Ty, appreciate that. Ty recommends us. I really do appreciate that. The power of private recommendations is huge. Diego, I'm not going to name names because I feel like that would be more negative to them than what I'm trying to do. Like, I really am not trying to if people are cheaper than us, I'm not trying to kill them. I don't want them to go out of business. I want to, Jordan Harrison says, I only recommend 2 SEO and web design companies for roofers. I don't want to crank people out of business, because here's the deal. They provide a service, and like early roofers need cheaper options sometimes. Thank you, because I'm like feeling the pressure. Where was I? Keep it going for 2 hours. Got to drive to go snowboarding. I could do this for another 20 minutes. I'm a little quiet this morning because my baby is still asleep. That's a beautiful thing. June's still asleep, so I'm just going for it. I'm trying to be a little quieter. Ty Cobb Backer says, yes, sir, we'll be there. Super excited. Lead Scout will also be at One Industry. What's up, Lead Scout? Appreciate you guys coming. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be in Salt Lake City at Job Nimbus. I would privately recommend, this isn't private, but you should come to One Industry if you know. It's about financing, leadership, finances in general in a business, financing, on the other side, and then marketing, sales, etc. There's people talking about getting more out of your net profit, those types of things. Sam, what's up? Sam Kohler, Vanguard, GC. Good to see you guys this morning. Let's see. Why else do you guys, I would love to hear anyone else's comments here. Diego says, we all appreciate your positivity. We need more positivity in the industry. Yes, we do. It's an evolving industry. And there's so many people that are coming up right now. You included, Diego, and you included Sam, and a lot of you guys on here. We're all a part of this change in the industry. Ty Cobb Backer's been part of the positive change in the industry. But we're all part of that change. And I think it requires us being more outspoken and not hiding and not letting other people lead the industry. Not letting them, but you know what I'm saying? Be more outspoken with positivity. Jordan says, I would tell you who I privately recommend, but it's private. Okay, so what I'm asking you guys for in this conversation is, why do you privately recommend people? What are the things that people can do that would increase private recommendations for their company to you? What increases private recommendations? So think about the last couple people that you privately recommended, and why did you do it? And I would love to conversate for a little bit longer about this. Anything else you guys, reasons that you privately recommend people? Anthony Fuchel, Montana Roofing Solutions. Anthony, how's stuff going out there? He's in Montana. You wouldn't know it by the name, right? But I'm excited to visit you this year too. I think I'm gonna visit Montana and just see how his business is going, and maybe get up on some roofs. Can we get up on some roofs, Anthony? Andrew Anthony, Sales Guru, what's up, bro? Eric Richardson says, can't I just pay Snoop Dogg to sing at my party to get recommendations? Snoop Dogg, dude. Who's got Snoop Dogg, bro? I want Snoop Dogg at our party, bro. Anthony Fuchel says, good man. Been thinking about that visit. Excited, 100%. I'm stoked for you this year, man. You got some good momentum, and I'm stoked for you. I was trying to take a little credit for your success. I'm in it with Anthony Fuchel. I do the blood, sweat, and tears with him at night and the estimations and stuff like that. No, I hope your hires are going really well, though. And I hope that you're taking some things off your plate. Diego Dante, it's simple. They need to fit my criteria for me to recommend them. 1, good product. 2, good people. Yes. How do you determine good product? I guess is a question. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's, I'm not going out and inspecting jobs, right, of these home service providers. And then on the other side, as like a B2B business or a marketing company or something like that, how do you like look at their stuff? Or how do you inspect? That's the question, I guess. Reviews. Good point. I like that. So just if anyone else is popping on here, I'm asking, why do you privately recommend people? What is it that makes somebody privately recommendable? Reviews. Okay, so a lot of reviews. Boom. I that jives with my understanding too, because I made that list of 7 other marketing companies and like blasted it to the internet. And there's one person I really wanted to include because I like them, but I went and looked for reviews and I had to tell them privately, please get more reviews because I can't publicly in this case it was public. I can't publicly recommend you if I don't see enough reviews. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Jordan says, what do others say about them without being prompted? That's good. Yeah, like if you ask about somebody and they're like, oh yeah. And the vibe. Sam Kohler says, usually a personal relationship where I know and trust who I'm recommending. Really good point. Yeah, it's hard to, especially once people listen to you a lot. Once people start listening to you and then you like, oh, they actually went with that company when I recommended them. So you have to be more careful. That's also why I do it privately sometimes too, because I'm scared. I'm scared. You know what I mean? Like, especially if somebody's looking for cheap. I get always scared when I'm recommending people and people are looking for cheap. Eric Richardson says, they say what they mean and they mean what they say. Yeah. That's good. You can tell, when people are being authentic, and it's hard to be like consistently authentic. But you can definitely get the sense when people are being not on a regular basis. Like, yeah, that's a great one. Anything else you guys see that reasons people privately recommend you? What's a reason somebody recommends your company? And I'll just open it up. You can drop your company Facebook page and why people privately recommend your company. I'm going to open it up. So if people feel like, follow the pages that get dropped here. But one reason why people privately recommend your company. And like, ideally, like you've seen it over and over again, or you know that that's a fact versus just hearsay or whatever. Or not hearsay, but anecdotal. I just want to say thank you again to Diego, roofing.com, Jordan Harrison, Presto Media, Sam Kohler, Vanguard, Eric Richardson of Roofing Specialists of San Diego. Great exact match URL. You guys know about exact match URLs? I'm going to go on a diversion while people type, if they are typing. If you are a new company and you are just getting your .com, may I highly suggest choosing something with the name, with the word roofing in it, and with your city or state in the .com. Because currently, and I'm not saying to build an entire strategy on this, but currently you get a major benefit in Google's algorithm for having those words in your URL. Just a little dessert tip. Eric Richardson, Roofing Specialist of San Diego since 1992. Diego says, Eric, that's the year I turned 1. Sam Kohler says, usually because of the relationship built with client and the client's experience, we also try and pull referrals from every step of our process. That is beautiful. Sam, that's why your business is growing fast. Referrals are the best lead source. Everything we can do to increase them is so important. Sam, if you have a good experience with Hook Agency, please refer us in every step of the process. Eric says, you mean people don't just Google Pink Dog Roofing? Yeah, they do not. They do if you put up 5,000 billboards for Pink Dog Roofing. I will say there is a really big benefit. David Moran says North Star Roofing Dayton in Cincinnati in 1983 we started. That's beautiful. What's up, David? It is crazy when you see somebody who really invests in branding, how it drives the cost per lead down. My baby is waking up here, so I'm gonna go make sure she's good, and I hope you guys have a good one. I'm gonna make this kind of abrupt at the end, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you for being cool. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.